Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and I thought this might be an interesting job to show you guys. It's pretty small, just kind of a basement living room area in this hallway, and you can see over here quite a soiled and a worn area. This carpet's actually about 30 years old, so it's quite worn in the traffic areas, but it was cleaned 2.5 months ago, and by a super sucker steam cleaner using his $80,000 or $90,000 machine, and took about 2 days or so to dry. And within a week or so, customer told me stains and soil started reappearing, and she wasn't very happy. And so she decided, okay, I want to get it redone, but this time I'm going to call Oxy-Dry because she heard about us and she knew we did good work, and so here I am. So I did pre-vacuum the carpet. Let me just show you what I picked up over here with the workhorse, and there's a fair amount there. You can see there about a couple inches maybe, mostly skin cells, which of course were driven into the backing of the carpet, and was part of the reason why the carpet wicked up, because they didn't pre-vacuum the carpet, of course, which is pretty standard for most hot water extractor guys, it seems. And she also mentioned that, I asked her, so when they finished, by the way, she said it looked fine when it was first done, and then it took a few days later and she began to see things reappear. But I did ask her, did you notice any odor? And she said, oh yeah, it did smell kind of funky. I said, you mean like, dirty socks? She said, yeah. And of course that is caused by the bacteria that is in the carpet, because there's a lot of organic material that's being left behind, as you can imagine, and driven into the backing, and then adding moisture to that, leaving it sit for 2 or 3 days, will encourage bacteria to multiply like crazy. So that is not a good idea. Now I'm gonna clean it with the Oxy-Dry system, and it's gonna clean up fantastic, as you're about to see, and it will be dry within about an hour, and it will stay clean. And she will never get her carpet steam cleaned again, because she will realize that there is a definite difference in the performance of her carpet after Oxy-Dry cleans it. So and we get a lot of our customers this way, that they had somebody steam clean their carpet and they experienced a similar situation, and then they decided, okay, I'm going to try this low moisture process, and well, it's game over then, because we will give them a better clean without any issues, without any resoiling, without any wick back, without stains reappearing, and it will stay clean far longer. And just to show the confidence that I'm able to have with this process, I do give people a 30-day warranty, and I don't think I've ever actually had to go back and redo a carpet that I've cleaned. I think it might have happened, but I can't even remember the last time it's ever happened. But usually if I have any kind of a concern from somebody, it's usually a specific spot that might have not come out with the initial cleaning. Maybe it's permanent, or maybe it just needed a little bit extra. But again, we do give that service, and as part of our 30-day warranty anyway. So, but it's a very unusual thing to occur. But we do give people that assurance by giving them the 30-day warranty, and I'm able to do that with this process without any hesitation. So now I'm using Nanomax at 1 ounce per gallon. I didn't boost this in any way. The carpet's not really so much soiled as it just has this wicking issue, so it just needs a little bit of an extra, maybe a bit of an extra agitation, scrubbing action. And I don't know if you can see in the video, but that area right there where it was kind of brownish looking, the brown is now gone, There is wear there because, as I mentioned, this carpet I think is about 30 years old. It's certainly more than 20 years old. It is actually a good carpet. It's actually a light grade commercial, and it's known to stand up to good, good long time to wear and tear. But it is showing its age. It just didn't like the last cleaning it had. It just kind of it couldn't hack it, I guess you could say. And it was obviously when they don't pre-vacuum, and they didn't. That's just it's just not. It really isn't actually proper carpet cleaning, because you can't properly clean without giving the carpet a good pre-vacuum. Because of course, what happens is they typically come into the house with the steam cleaning, and they use their spray, their pre-treatment, and they just spray it all over the carpet without vacuuming ahead of time, and then put the wand on the carpet and pull the trigger, and 300 to 500 pounds per square inch of water hits the carpet, and it immediately drives the soil off the carpet fiber down into the carpet backing, and then the suction that is extracting that water will remove most of the water, but about half of the actual soil now is driven into the backing. And although you can often get away with that, at least a few times, over time, that buildup of soil will accumulate, and it will start to cause more and more obvious problems. Sometimes you can get away with it a few times, and sometimes you can not get away with it at all. But every carpet cleaner knows that it's not proper carpet cleaning to clean the carpet without first pre-vacuuming, and so that's this. But that's the step that most of them will omit because they don't want to take the time, and they don't really. I guess they don't really believe that it's all that important, because all they see is the carpet looked great when they left. And most people won't complain when the carpet resoils within a few weeks. They just either accept it, or they just think it's supposed to be normal, or their carpet is worn out or whatever. But most people don't realize that the real problem is improper cleaning practices. But anyway, that's what we have happening. This actually is a very good carpet fiber. This will be a nylon, and I think this is what we call a Zeftron, which is a trilobal nylon, one of the better nylons they ever came out with. And unfortunately, although it is an excellent fiber, a lot of manufacturers are pushing the polyesters, which are cheaper for them to make, therefore they make more money, and they try to steer people toward the polyesters now, and we run into that a lot more than we used to. And of course, polyesters don't stand up very well to wear at all. Not like this carpet. You'll never get these modern polyesters to stand up like this carpet has. I don't know if you can see, but it's really turning out well. There is wear right there and right there. Those are the high wear patterns, and actually the texture of the carpet is the pattern that's in the carpet is gone there. The carpet is actually worn away, so I can't put that back into the carpet, of course. In case you're wondering what I'm listening to, it's Elvis. I just turned that down. It was pretty loud a few minutes ago. We're playing the oldies, Stingray music. There was a spot right there where she said it reappeared within a week or so, and well, it's gone now. It won't come back now. Oh, and by the way, I am using a hog's hair on the carpet at the moment, and I'll be switching over to an Iron Man in a minute. Get a little bit of flinging there, so I always carry a towel right here for that purpose. Okay, I'm going to switch to the Iron Man. Get rid of this. So I will add very little moisture now with the Iron Man. So it's mostly going to be running dry and then, of course, absorbing out of the carpet. But the carpet's going to look really even. I can tell that they're going to be quite thrilled with how this carpet turns out. These Zephron nylon carpets actually do clean very well. I think they were the 4th or 5th generation nylon? We had the round ones, then the ones they scuffed up, and then 3rd generation. What's the 3rd generation tri-lobal? I can't remember now. It's been so long since I thought about that. Huh. Not that it matters anymore, really. It's interesting stuff, though. It's got to do with the shape of the actual filament. The original nylon carpets, they were just a round nylon filament, like a fishing line, only really small, like the size of a human hair, and then of course woven into the yarn shape and made into a carpet. But I think that they figured that they would multiply the round shape tended to magnify the soil. So when you clean them, you could have a very dramatic change. And then they tried kind of scuffing the surface, kind of taking some of the shine off, hoping that would help to hide soil. And then I guess the tri-lobal, and I think there was another one after that had kind of a square shape, but with concave sides. It's interesting science, all that. But anyway, I used to know all that off the top of my head. Don't think about it anymore, though. I've probably forgotten more than a lot of younger guys know. That's actually kind of both funny and scary. I did, when I did the pre-vacuum, I did vacuum all the edges, although there wasn't a lot. There was some junk that had been kicked over to the edges. I guess not a lot really, but considering it was only cleaned a couple of months ago or so, I guess that's a little bit of a surprise, but maybe they weren't so particular on the edges, I suppose. I think this was, this is a small job. This is a minimum charge job for me, and I guess maybe for them as well. And sometimes they just can't be bothered to take a little bit of extra time to maybe for a job that is a minimum charge. But I would argue that you should. For everyone. That's our philosophy anyway. Do everybody to the best of your ability all the time. It'll pay off in the end. Besides that, you gotta have pride in your work. When you start cutting corners, well, in the end, you're the one that suffers, I think. Curious to see what the pad looks like. I got to pull my wire. It's kind of hooking up around the corner there. Okay, let's have a look at the pad. That's kind of curious, aren't we? It's actually not all that oiled, which isn't surprising, actually. Because what I'm thinking of this happening here is I'm really just dealing with a light film that's on the tips of the yarns. Technically, the carpet was cleaned. The bulk of the actual soil was probably removed by the steam cleaning, but the wicking has deposited a film on the surfaces of the yarn, because what happens is as the carpet dries, it dries from the top down, and as the yarn dries at the tip of the yarn, moisture moves up the yarn and off the end of the yarn into the air. And as it does that, it will pull with capillary action. It'll pull the very fine soils and oils and what's the word I'm looking for now? The soil kind of gets almost like liquefied, very fine stuff, and as it moves up the yarn, it will leave a deposit on the tip of the yarn, and it will give an appearance of the carpet having been cleaned with dirty water. That's what the wicking, a wicked carpet looks like. It looks like someone cleaned it with dirty water. And so one of the reasons why VLM works so well is because, first of all, if you do it right by pre-vacuuming, you're going to remove the bulk of the dry particulate soil that way. And then because you're not saturating the backing of the carpet that moisture doesn't have to come up the yarn to dry. It doesn't pull anything up out of the backing of the carpet. And the scrubbing action on the yarn is cleaning the yarn, but doesn't wet the backing. And so as the carpet dries, it dries obviously much more quickly, but the backing of the carpet doesn't have to dry because it ideally never got wet in the first place. And one of the things that I'm doing, by the way, and I did mention this to the customer when she talked about the odor that she had in her carpet after they cleaned it, of kind of, she said it smelled funky, like dirty socks. I'm using ClO2 in my solution, which is a hospital-grade disinfectant deodorizer sanitizer. Very effective at removing odors and bacteria, germs and bacteria are basically eradicated with it. So that's all part of the process of the cleaning. So there is no odor present, both when I'm cleaning and when I'm done. So we have an odorless process. The only thing that might have an odor is occasionally I have a couple of different spotters that have a bit of a odor to them, but I don't use very few things that I use actually have odor, and I most assuredly don't use, or very rarely use, something as obnoxious as ammonia. I don't even carry it. It's not even in my spotting tray. Okay, actually that's not true. I do have something with ammonia in it in my spotting tray, but I use it for specific types of things, but it's not it's not a main cleaner, just for the occasional type spot. And you can't even smell the ammonia in it anyway. So I'm done. So I will get rid of this thing. Now it's got a real big threshold here, so I have to lift my machine over. There, no problem. So there's just a little bit on the second side, not much. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I'll let you watch me post vacuum. How exciting is that? Oh, aren't you lucky? You can hit the playback speed, increase it if you're falling asleep there. The carpet looks really good. There is a little bit of a dark patch there. That's just that right over there. That's just from where, as I mentioned, the yarn has actually lost the actual. You can see there's a bit of like a pattern in the carpet. Right over there, you can't see it anymore. It's so worn down. So that I can't fix. This carpet will actually be almost dry. It will probably dry within 30 minutes, I bet. It's that type of carpet. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but the carpet looks very even all over and bright. The color has really come back. That wicking really dulls the carpet off and it gives it a real blotchy appearance. There's a valve at the bottom there, which I can switch between the hose and the main head there, and I can move it up and down with my foot there. That's what I was doing. Switch it back and forth, that is. And in case you're wondering, this is the workhorse vacuum. Excellent vacuum. Nice to be able to show the customer what you're picking up. I have other vacuums too. I was using my Hushto in the last few days, actually, and it's a great vacuum too, but you can't see what you're picking up. And they didn't want me to move the furniture, in case you're wondering. I asked them about it, and they said, no, don't worry about it, go around it. Oh no, let me. Oh no. My battery's going dead. Didn't realize it was so low. Okay, I'm done anyway. So I'm gonna shut her down, and that's that. Have a good day. Oh, I'll show you what I finished with there. I don't know if you can see that. My camera, that's just all blurry right now. The low battery sign is in front of me. So I don't know if I'm actually recording. Anyway, I'll let you go.